Hello, you're watching the Crypto Report on Proactive, and joining me for his take on the crypto markets this week is Billy Farrington. Billy, good to speak with you again. How have the Bitcoin markets been this week?
Yeah, hi Stephen. Always a pleasure. Well, it looks like volatility is back on the agenda. As we all know, Bitcoin is a volatile asset at the best of times, but it has ramped up across the past week. Looking at the charts, we've seen days where there's been a 5% fluctuation between, intraday lows and intraday highs. I mean, that's quite a lot. That for me suggests quite a lot of volatility. And one of the reasons, I guess, could be a lack of volume as well. I had a look at the charts, and volumes have trading, daily trading volumes have decreased since March and April highs. And this has coincided with that Bitcoin halving, which halved daily emissions. So I think trading volumes have really come down because of this halving. And I think that's a cyclical thing. We could see them tick up again. But in the meantime, this lack of volumes has created a bit of a spark in volatility, if you ask me. In terms of the raw figures, looking at the charts, there was a midweek rejection at about 59,500 US dollars. So that was the midweek high. Since then, it's come down as the bears kind of took a grip of the market a little bit. It's come down to about 57,100 as we speak right now, Stephen. That's what I'm looking at on the chart. I thought it was a bit of a surprise that we didn't see any, little bump yesterday following those US inflation figures. I mean, they were good figures. Year-on-year inflation came down to a flat 3% in June. There was the June print, yeah, which is the lowest in over a year, right? So inflation is started to really come down a lot in the US. And, typically you would see a bit of a risk on kind of rally with these sorts of positive economic announcements, but that didn't really happen. So I found that a little bit of a surprise. I thought we might have seen a bit of a bump there, but unfortunately not. Perhaps, the markets just don't think it's enough to expect an imminent rate cut from the Federal Reserve. So it hasn't really managed to move the dial. So yeah, we're looking at we actually are slightly up week on week, but we're still about 15% down on the Bitcoin dollar pair right now.
So I hear there'll be some interesting guests at the upcoming Bitcoin 2024 conference, Billy.
Yeah, it's almost like someone closed their eyes and took out random names from a hat. It is a really weird one. I mean, Bitcoin 2024, the Bitcoin conference, like the biggest Bitcoin conference in the year. I mean, none other than Donald Trump is going to make a speech there, apparently, alongside individuals like Russell Brand, who are perhaps is clamoring for media appearances, given some, in the fallout of some allegations that have emerged recently, which we will not be getting into. Then there's Edward Snowden making an appearance. And so it's almost like, I mean, it's like sort of just random names coming out of the hat. But I mean, these people have expressed crypto sentiment in the past. More conventional speakers will be the likes of Cathie Wood, famous tech investor, and MicroStrategy's chairman, Michael Saylor. MicroStrategy being the world's largest corporate holder of Bitcoin. So yeah, that is one diverse lineup of speakers at Bitcoin 2024.
Let's take a closer look at Trump, though. What's his general attitude to Bitcoin and crypto as a whole?
Yeah, it's never really crypto slash Bitcoin's never really been, top of the agenda for Trump's policies in the past. And to be honest, he's actually voiced quite a lot of skepticism of Bitcoin in the past. However, the Republican National Committee has kind of made quite a bit of a turnaround sort of in more recent times. And in fact, a new policy platform announced, had some pretty like pro crypto things to say. As always with the Republicans, it was sort of wrapped in quite populist, quite partisan political rhetoric. Look, I mean, I can quote right here. Republicans will end Democrats' unlawful and un-American crypto crackdown and oppose the creation of a central bank digital currency. We will defend the right to mine Bitcoin and ensure every American has the right to self-custody, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, the Republican Party has pivoted towards a pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto stance in recent times. And it's quite clever politically, I suppose, because the Democrats have kind of like shifted toward the other way, and they see it as a bit of a threat, I guess, to the traditional finance hegemony. That's the narrative that people like to sort of bandy about. Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that conference, Billy. As usual, thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
That's Proactive's Billy Farrington.